Hey guys, it's Luron here and welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's video I want to talk about Upstart Holding. Now this stock is set to report earnings February 15th after market closes. This video is being recorded on February 15th pre-market, before the market opens. Now guys, the reason I'm looking to trade this one is simple, guys. It's in a nice technical setup, as you can see here right now. For the past 100 days this stock is being depleted, decimated right now by the short sellers, and this stock is down 80% in the past 100 days. Now the stock is in a nice little wedge formation here right now, and the expectation is that this one moves higher. And I'm looking to straddle this one on earnings, so meaning I'm getting into the I'm trading it before the earnings report. So I'm getting in with some call option and some put option. That's what the straddle is about. And the ratio for the straddle is about 80-20, meaning 80% of my capital will be to the call side and 20% of my capital will be to the put side, because I'm biased long on this particular stock. Now if I was biased short, obviously it would have been the reverse. 80% of my capital would have gone lower and 20% higher. I use different ratios based on the setup. Sometimes I have 50-50 ratio if I'm not too certain, but I know a big move is coming. I'll do a 50-50 ratio, 60-40 ratio. But this one I'm bullish to the upside, so I'm going 80% long, 20% short. My strikes I'm looking at is 140 and 160, with February 18th as my expiry date for my contracts. Now that's that's my options there. Now if you look back in the history of this stock, guys, you can see here the stock wedged back in March of 2021, and if you traded this one is 120% on the breakout, guys, on the earnings report. Now I did a simulation on this one. I didn't trade this, by the way, but I did a simulation after the fact, and I saw that this one the return was 220x if you had bought the 80 and the 90 strikes for that week expiration. Ridiculous. We also had a nice little wedge here again, guys, where the stock broke out. I think it was 25%, and the next 3 days it went up all the way to 50%. So both of those wedge breakouts were profitable. However, I didn't trade this one nor this one. Now the stock rose very aggressively here, as you can see. The stock went up all the way to 1600%, and we had a nice little head and shoulder here. I did trade this one, by the way. I straddled this. I think we had I think it was a 50-50 on the straddle, because I thought it would have probably did a double top then come back down, but I did a 50-50 straddle. This one yielded, I think it was an 8x on my money. So that one was a nice play. I did 8x on that play. So this one I'm looking at, I think the stock will move higher, like I said. And the reason for that is I'm looking at market beat. I like to check these guys out and see what the analysts are saying over here. This one has a buy rating. As you can see here, the price target is 350 high, average 260, and a low of 147. This stock is currently sitting at 104, 109 in pre-market right now. So the stock is way below what analysts are forecasting that this stock ought to be. Now, FinViz. These guys over at FinViz are calling for 218. The stock has a 70 million shares float and 6 million average volume. Now this is a low float, guys. In the world of trading options, earnings reporting, when a stock is under 100 million float and you have multi-million average daily volume, that's the recipe for a massive breakout, because there's volume to push that stock aggressively to the upside. It's a popular stock. It's a credit service company. I won't get into too much details about what the company actually does. You guys can go read that up if you're interested in knowing more about the company. But it's one of the top companies on my watch list, and I trade them, these popular stocks, and they move. That's why I'm interested in them. As you can see here, the ATR, average true range, is sitting at 12, almost 12 right now. So that's not bad. This stock, like the peak ATR was 26, meaning daily this stock moves on average 26 points. So that's pretty high for an ATR. So this stock has a motor, it can move. The other thing I want to look at there on UPST is, like I said, this one is in oversold territories. This is the definition of oversold, guys. The stock in 100 days is down 80%, and it's a very profitable company. See here, the last 4 earnings, they were all beats on the EPS and share. and revenue. I think we beat on both EPS and revenue here for all of them. So yeah, the expectation here by Wall Street is that we get a beat here as well. The only one drawback I see on this stock is the overall market is kind of bearish. As you see here, the market is in a downtrend. We're making lower lows and lower highs in the overall market based on the SPY, Dow, and also the NASDAQ 100. So because of that, the VIX is also high. We got VIX in the mid 20s right now, which is very high. And the VIX is basically the fear factor, as you guys know, which means that investors are hesitant in putting their money to the upside because there's a lot of fear in the market. That's why the market is falling. So because of that, some investors might not invest in some stocks. Even if they're beat on earnings, investors might be a little hesitant. They might be standing pat, sitting on their hands, just because they don't want to get burned because of the high VIX, high volatility in the market. So that's the only drawback with this play. But nevertheless, it's a probability game, guys. You have to take the trade. You have to take the trade when your setup shows up. So if you don't, then you have no business trading stocks. Because if you think you're right, and that's the only time you'll take the trade, then you'll miss out on all the great opportunities. So this is a nice play. This is one of my plays, and I'm taking it. And I just wanted to share my thoughts, share my strategy with you guys, so you can see exactly what I do when I'm taking some of these very lucrative trades. So I'll wrap things up here, guys. That's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, guys, drop me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe. If you have any questions regarding this video, anything about trading options, investing in the stock market, leave me a comment below. I'll be quick to respond to your comment. So until next time, see you in the next one, guys.